mother's promise to her murdered son. I will get you justice. A promise to Ahmaud. A new 48 hours. Saturday.
From the station that's on your side, this is News 12, NBC 26 at 11.
Giving thanks, spreading kindness from New York City to the river region.
I'm very thankful that we're on the mend and that we can all come together.
The celebration's holding a special significance this year, but first, a busy Thanksgiving day for first responders after a fire at the recycling center in North Augusta. Going to show you the scene at the Materials Recovery Recycling Facility. This is off Clay Pit Road next to North Augusta Animal Control. The fire reported just before 3 this afternoon. No one was inside at the time, no injuries, but you could see the smoke from one of our traffic cameras in downtown Augusta. The Department of Public Safety has been on the scene tonight working to put out those hot spots, and both the Belvedere and Meriwether volunteer fire departments also out there on the scene helping out. There were more than 5 trucks on the scene at one time. Investigators still working to pinpoint the cause of that fire. Thanksgiving is about spending time with family, but it's also about showing appreciation. Our Maria Seller shows us a tradition designed to do exactly that.
For 28 years, T-Bones has been doing a Thanksgiving meal for members of the community. This year, they decided to serve those who serve us, first responders.
We heard the first responders are always looking for places to eat on Thanksgiving, so they don't have to worry about finding a place to eat because most places are closed.
In years past, guests were able to eat inside T-Bones, but because of the pandemic, they switched to to-go orders instead.
You know, the easy thing would have been to say, no, you know, COVID, we can't do it, but all our volunteers and our great employees decided, yes, let's still do something for the first responders.
It's about supporting those who have supported them in business and in the community.
We know a lot of them, and they come into our restaurant, so they're friends of ours, more importantly, but we also know the great work they do, especially in this times of COVID.
First responders are not the only ones who were served. Local artists decorated to-go boxes for families spending the holidays in the hospital.
The kids at MCG and their families are included, but this year they just came and picked up 190 to-go orders.
It's all about bringing smiles to other people's faces.
Our whole goal of all this is if we can give somebody 5 seconds of joy, or 5 seconds, we've accomplished our goal.
And leftover meals were then handed out to the Salvation Army, and Shear encourages others to start similar projects next holiday season.
Maria, thanks for that. Henry and his crew have been giving back in this community for years. First responders aren't the only ones who dedicate their lives to serving others. A local American Legion post teaming up with veterans organizations. They're taking the opportunity to thank others who've served our country. They were out serving a Thanksgiving meal with all the fixins at the American Legion post on Millage Road. The organizer of the group, Soldiers Afterlife, says every year he helps feed the veterans or homeless community. His goal is to connect with anyone who needs a meal, needs someone to hang out with, or just doesn't have a family, and they don't stop there.
We like to help with the mental health, the transition, the job search, helping them with veteran service organizations, and providing resources for them to be able to start their next chapter in their life after the military.
After the giveaway, Soldiers Afterlife handed out plates to people in need all across the downtown area. There's much more news ahead, but let's check in now with First Alert meteorologist Anthony Carpino. Thanks a lot, Anthony. Volunteers from the Master's Table Soup Kitchen cooking 30 turkeys over the past few days, preparing for a Thanksgiving feast to feed people looking for a warm cooked meal. Here's a look at their spread. From the gobble to the goose, the Master's Table Soup Kitchen has plenty of food.
We have turkey and mac and cheese and cheesy corn casserole Chef Linda made, and we also have a bunch of pies, so we'll be able to bless a lot of families today.
Staff members from Golden Harvest and volunteers of the Master's Soup Kitchen fill plates of food to serve to anyone looking for a hot meal on Thanksgiving Day. They were expecting more than 200 people.
This time of year is really, really difficult for many families, trying to make ends meet, trying to make sure that they're putting food on their tables for their families. With Christmas coming up, saving up to buy presents.
It is a labor of love from the volunteers and the workers, including a gentle giant whose passion for food and cooking led him to the soup kitchen.
Cooking was something I always wanted to do. I retired from the military, and this is something I would have been doing anyway, so it's a win-win. I actually use my degree, and I actually give back to the community, so.
The Master Soup Kitchen is open 365 days a year for anyone and everyone to grab a meal. Meanwhile, a Thanksgiving Day staple, the Macy's Parade in New York City. Check it out. And we did spot a local dance group we told you about performing in the parade this morning. A group of girls from Mary Jane School of Dance in Orangeburg and Bamberg in New York City for the big event. The school usually performs in the parade every 4 years, and the owner of the school says she was worried they wouldn't make the trip to New York this year because of the pandemic, but she says her students were really excited when they found out they were in fact going to take part in this huge parade. An update tonight by some neighborhood kids. Not a bad life. Supply chain issues had some impact on everything from your cranberry sauce to the turkey this year. They raised pork and poultry at the Pig Feathers farm in Hephzibah, but supply chain issues are making that a little harder. Sloan O'Cone went to learn more about their turkey troubles.
I love it. I never grew up farming, but it's become a passion I've fallen in love with.
They wanted to build for themselves, so they bought some chickens and pigs, then sold some eggs and meat to friends and family. Now they're doing it for the rest of the river region.
There's a night and day difference. Beyond a feel-good story, you're getting a top-quality product and animals raised with top-quality care.
For the past 2 Thanksgivings, they've raised our favorite fowl.
Just bear-hugging turkeys and toting them to the trailer. She's out here with me. I just wanted her to open doors, and she started grabbing turkeys.
Squeeze them harder. 50 turkeys for 50 friends and families feasts right here for locals like you and me.
Asked a lot about turkeys too during the year.
Yeah, we do.
So if we're considering doing it year round.
But there's one problem. There are no local processing plants.
It's difficult, especially like for the chicken. Our closest option for USDA processing is 190 miles away. Well, now there's one up towards Atlanta, and we're 2 hours away.
Luckily, at the beginning of 2022, a plant in Millen, Georgia is expanding so the Bottoms can spread their pig-feathered wings, build the local economy and relationships with their customers while providing a high-quality product. In Hephzibah, Sloan O'Cone, on your side.
They say if you want to, you can head out there and even pick out your animal yourself, and you can buy any of their products through their Facebook, Pig Feathers Farm. We're going to link you to that with our website. The real holiday rush comes right after Thanksgiving. That means Black Friday tomorrow and then Small Business Saturday. This year you can head to downtown for a small business crawl. Local shops having all sorts of giveaways and sales, and you can win a huge basket of goodies. Over at Surrey Center, they tell us they're already seeing some of that holiday foot traffic.
I've never actually worked in a store during the holidays, and I've worked here since May, and so I can definitely see a difference between the summertime and the holiday time.
I think we will have quite a few on Black Friday. I do feel like at Surrey Center, where we're located, that there are quite a few customers that like to support the local businesses.
And some of the businesses taking part in Saturday's crawl are the Book Tavern, the Hive, Mod Inc., Art on Broad, and Gransky Records. Also in the news this evening, Ahmaud Arbery's mom expressing gratitude this Thanksgiving. Ahmaud is buried in Waynesboro, and his mom, Wanda, says all this is still bittersweet for the family, but yesterday's guilty verdict made things different.
And this is the second Thanksgiving that my family and I will share without Ahmaud. But this is the first Thanksgiving that we can look at that empty chair and say we finally got justice for you, Ahmaud.
Meanwhile, Travis McMichael, Greg McMichael, William Roddy Bryant spent Thanksgiving in the Glenn County Jail. They face a possible life sentence in prison. $100,000, $15,000, then $5,000. That's how much money has been taken in different smash and grab robberies all around the West Coast. They're taking everything from Louis Vuitton purses to clothing. We look at why it's happening now when we come back. Anthony.
Well, Richard, as we go through this evening, we're going to be talking about more cloud cover and the chance for a few light showers. We will be clearing things out as we head into the weekend. We'll talk about it coming up in the full forecast.
And in this season of giving, you may feel a bit more charitable, but how do you make sure your donation is actually going to the cause and not something else? We look at that, too. The pandemic has not been a friend to that.
I'm just letting you know that because they're really busy, that I would
not. It was around 3 in the afternoon. Police were called out there for a suspicious car, and they're still working to figure out how they ended up in the pond there. Multiple smash and grab robberies around the country this holiday season. This is Oak Brook, Illinois. In a coordinated robbery at a Louis Vuitton store, thieves ran out with more than $100,000 in handbags. Another Louis Vuitton store hit by a mob in San Francisco, and outside San Francisco at Nordstrom, burglars filling their arms with merchandise there. In some cases, 50 to 80 people involved, just a few of a rash of robberies around California. Malls have since beefed up security, and California's governor says something will be done.
These people need to be held to account. We need to investigate these crimes. We need to break up these crime rings. And we need to make an example out of these folks.
So why is this happening? Well, stores are fully stocked for the holidays, but some experts say penalties are not high enough in California. If you steal goods worth $950 or less in that state, it's just considered a misdemeanor. We are in the season of giving, and if you're opening your wallet over the next month to support a cause, how do you